What's up, YouTube? Pal Sensei here, coming at you with another video with Felbat. Now, Felbat hates everything that has to do with crime. And if you are a criminal, you will be executed by Felbat. Anyway, his stats are pretty good. If we take a look at these stats, we'll see that they're pretty good, which is good. And I like good things.
Anyway, back at you with another video. Pal Sensei here. And we are running Felbat. Now, Felbat is way better than I thought he was. I never used this guy in any of my casual runs, but this really surprised me. And when I got into looking at just how good his HP, attack, and his defense were, it was shocking. I mean, look at his defense. He's number 21 in the PAL rankings for defense. And there are over 180 PALs in this game. So that is pretty incredible. His attack, isn't as good, as you can see. Number 39, but like I said, 187 PALs or something like that. HP is his weakest link. But who cares? I mean, the guy's a freaking tank, and he's just going to roll over everybody. And being this is the boss rush of Island 1, I always have to get out there. These pals are level 60. They are going to roll through these earlier guys, but I just like to show a progression of level. So that is why this poor Chillet is always the beginning of the run. I'll have to put a RIP Chillet at the end of each one of these videos because he just stands no chance. Now we are moving on to Demud, who has moves that we just don't care about because Felbat is going to absolutely melt him with a dark laser. Now, I should discuss that the pals that I use on this first boss rush island have 0 good passives, and that is because I wanted this to be difficult for some pals, and if I completely yoked them out, then they would have just blitzed every single boss in these runs. They also are not sold out, and they are not condensed. They are your generic pals that you would catch on the streets of an inner city with nothing going for them. And again, that is because I wanted to show some kind of difficulty progression. Now, we are moving on to the last boss of what I consider to be phase 1 of these first island bosses, and it's going to be Grintail. Now, Grintail has an exclusive move called Cat Press that I freaking love watching. He just jumps up in the air, body slams somebody, but he just absolutely decimates little Grintail right there. And I forgot to discuss his moves. So he has 3 moves that we're going to be using: Nightmare Ball, Ignis Blast, Ignis Rage, I think it's Blast, and then Dark Laser. Now, Dark Laser is going to be his strongest move with the base power of 150. With Stab, add 20% of that. As you guys have seen in my past videos, all 10 of you, my math is really good, but if you add 30 to 150, that's going to be about a base power of 180. And I don't know why I said about. It is a base power of 180. So yeah. And then Ignis Rage has a power of 120, which is arguably the best fire move in the game, I would say, because it can hit multiple times. And then Nightmare Ball has a base power of 100. And if you account for Stab, which is same type attack bonus, you will get around 110. So, saying all that, compared to Lamball and man, I'm blanking on his name right now. The Hawkman, Gale Claw. these moves are significantly better, power-wise. I do not like Dark Laser, though. I'm just not a fan in general of laser moves because they're just so inconsistent, as I've mentioned. Sometimes Dark Laser will hit and just destroy somebody, and then other times it can outright miss, especially if the pal is charging up the laser as the pal is encroaching on them. Now, as you just saw, I don't know what Eldinfadran was aiming at right there, but it went like way above Felbat's head. I don't know. And then when I glide back, there is a Robin Hood standing behind him. Robin Quill, not Robin Hood. So maybe he aggroed the Robin Quill instead of my Felbat, but I don't know. He just shot a blast like 10 feet over Felbat's head right there. But as you can see, Felbat having no issue getting through Eldinfadran. And we are moving on to phase 2, which we're already in. I don't know why I'm saying another phase. We're just moving on to Malsanda Lux. Now, Malsanda Lux does have an exclusive move. This POW punch called Blast Punch. It's exclusive to him. It's electric. It has a base power of 85, making it have a base... you know, that would be hard. 8.5 plus 85. What is that? Like 95.5 base power when he smacks you with his Blast Punch, which was super annoying with Gale Claw because of his passive. Felbat is having zero issues with this guy, though. And if you hear in the video this kind of weird healy noise, Felbat's passive is to heal the player. Obviously, I'm not fighting, so I don't care about the heals. But it kind of threw me off at first. I was like, what is this sound? Felbat has a passive that will heal you, which I had no idea because I never played him before. But then he finishes him off with his little Nightmare Ball right there. I should probably mention Malsanda Lux is a criminal. He's a class 1 criminal. He murdered his father in cold blood because he took some of his bamboo, and he is wanted by the POW Alliance for that infraction. So that is why Felbat went so hard on him right there. And moving on to Univolt. He has 4 moves he likes to spam. Lightning Gale, which is exclusive to Univolt with a base power of 60. Lock on Laser, which kind of sucks because it takes so long to fire off with a base power of 70. Lightning Streak and Try Lightning. Try Lightning is his best move with a base power of 90. Him being Lightning, that would give him a 20% bonus, which I did the math way wrong against Malsanda earlier. It would be 17. I don't know why I did 8.5. That's only 10%. So 20% of 90 would be 18, 90, 108 base power on that Try Lightning. Now, moving on to phase 3. This is when the POWs kind of get stepped up in difficulty. Elizabeth, as I mentioned earlier, fires off moves like a madman. He also is kind of quick, and I don't know why. So he'll dodge stuff. I don't even think, like, he don't even know what he's doing. He's just really good at dodging. So this is a contention with me. When POWs are sleeping like this, the first hit of a move is going to hurt a lot. So he fires off Ignis Rage right here, and it did over half of Elizabeth's health. So I was thinking, oh man, should I have waited until daytime and then just cut the video from now until daytime? And then I thought, no, why would I do that? It's not that important. So I didn't. And then it hit him for like, you know, he has 3,000 health. It did over half. So like 1,600 health. looking back, I thought, maybe I should have probably waited till daybreak. But I don't think Elizabeth stood any chance against our Felbat here. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to keep it in the video. And hopefully when we face Broncherry Aqua, Felbat uses a move like his Dark Laser to hit Broncherry first, because the first hit is the only hit that would crit in the Dark Laser. So it would only do, I don't know, less than 100, which would be perfect. So we're hoping for that. We got our fingers crossed. And Broncherry Aqua's cave route is so difficult to navigate. There's like roots growing through the ground. There's tons of bottlenecks and places where you just climb the wall for no reason. Jet Dragon can't get back there, so you gotta leg it the entire time. Anyway, he uses Ignis Rage again. Luckily, Broncherry was not sleeping because it had just turned into daybreak, so it did not do a critical. And him being water, Ignis Rage is actually gonna be doing less damage. Actually, no, scratch that. That was a complete lie. In this game, since he is water grass, Ignis Rage is going to still crit. It is not like Pokemon where if someone is multi-type, the move is reduced in power. It is still super effective no matter what the typing. So Ignis Rage smacks him for a crit right there. And Felbat gets through this guy super easy. And as you can see, I bottleneck right there. I have not had to go back to base to heal Felbat yet, which is insane. If you remember, Lamball, after the freaking Broncherry fight, we went back. And then Gale Claw after the, I believe, Elizabeth fight, we had to go back. This guy is just rolling through every single boss that we fight. In the beginning, as I said, his stats are completely insane. And I was just kind of blown away by this. And at this point, I'm thinking, man, we're on phase 4, Mammorest and Wumpa Baton. I don't see anybody slowing this guy down. This might be the first time we actually make it to phase 5 and see who the bosses are in phase 5. But first, we got to get through Mammorest and Wumpa Baton. Now, Mammorest does have an exclusive move. His Earth Impact move with a base power of 100. He is ground grass, so that is going to have stab, giving him a 20% bonus, so it's going to hit for 120. He also uses Grass Tornado, Power Bomb, and Seed Machine Gun. Now, Grass Tornado has a base power of 80. 20% of 80 is 100, you would think. All you guys really good at math. But no, you guys are such morons. Oh my god. It is actually 96. Go back to school, you freaking morons. Anyway, I don't know why I'm insulting people that don't exist, because no one watches these videos. So that made me rethink everything. If no one watches these videos, it's okay to insult nobody, but if someone does eventually watch this video, then I guess it wouldn't be okay. So yeah, I don't know. That just threw my head for a loop right there. Anyway, Felbat is getting through Mammorest really well, and I don't even think I'm gonna have to go back and heal before Wumpa Baton, which is kind of nuts. Every other person up to this point, obviously we've had to go back and heal, but we knock out Mammorest and we're just gonna cruise on to Wumpa Baton. I do like to mention, I do collect every item that these people drop, because they're, well, you'll see later on, but to max these guys out in souls, it is really expensive. So I pick up every item that these bosses drop just so I can refund the souls to do another run. I also do other things, but that is one of the ways that I go about doing these runs. Anyway, moving on to Wumpa Baton. He has a move called Lawn Bowling right there, which is really freaking funny. I always talk about this. This guy's design is so freaking cool. One of the, probably top 10 designs. I love him. It's like some Farmer John looking guy, but Lawn Bowling has a base power of 100, and then you multiply that by the 20%. That's going to give you another 120 base power move. He also has Spine Vine, Grass Tornado, and Seed Mine. Now Spine Vine is almost a base power of 100. It has a base power of 95, and Grass Tornado has a base power of 80. Now each one of these moves for Island 1 is really good. Like, for a POW to have a base 100 power move on Island 1 is great. There are only let's see, maybe 2 or 3, I think just 2 POWs that have moves over a base power of 100, and we're actually gonna get to see one coming up because Felbat is kind of decimating Wampo right here. He is at about a quarter health right now, and just one more Ignis Rage or Dark Laser is gonna put this guy down for good. And I don't even think we're gonna have to go back and heal. We can just move straight in to phase 5, which is gonna save so much time. I think Felbat is going to be the standard for these boss rushes moving forward for a long time. I mean, this is crazy. The guy is an absolute unit. I'm just shocked that I did not know beforehand I would use this guy, especially with his passive healing ability. I mean, that thing is pretty good. I don't know how much it actually heals you up. I guess once you condense him to level 5, it could be something significant. And I actually run into an alpha pal right here. Right here. I'll subtract the time from the run, but I just felt like showing it because what the hell, you know? It's not often you run into an alpha pal, especially a Ragnahawk. I think this is the first Ragnahawk I've ever seen. So Jet Dragon and I are just kind of nuking him right now. And I'll thank you, sir. I'll take your I'll take your Predator core. Thank you. Yeah, that was great of you. You're the bounty. But anyway, Jormatide. This is Jormatide. I'm kidding. I know it's Jormatide. Anyway, Jormatide is the first POW with multiple base power 100 moves, and it's going to give Felbat a hard time. Hydro Laser has a base power of 150, and Slither Slam, which is exclusive to Jormatide, has a base power of 145. Now, Hydro Laser is clearly a laser move. For PALs, especially boss PALs, it seems that it doesn't matter and they hit really well. But for Slither Slam, that move freaking cracks you. It is so good. Tri Lightning has a base power of 90, and then Aqua Burst has a base of 100. Now, Aqua Burst and Hydro Laser are going to have a stab bonus of 20%. So, I'm doing all this math for you. You guys are smart. I don't need to do all this math, but Aqua Burst, 120. I mean, that's like 120. So we'll just say that. And then Hydro Laser, blah, 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 blah. It just hurts. Anyway, but Slither Slam is kind of his best move. If you watch his health bar when Jormatide hit him with Slither Slam, it went down pretty significantly. And this is like, there it is right there. Slither Slam just kind of smacks Felbat again. And so Felbat right now is hurting bad. He just got smacked with a Hydro Laser. He is about half health on Jormatide. And Jormatide actually aggroed me earlier in this fight, meaning that I don't think if we take this fight again that it would even be worth it, especially since Jormatide continues to aggro me and hit me, and he's only at like half health. Like, if he fully aggroed Felbat, he would already be dead. So I don't think we are going to retry Jormatide with Felbat. We're just gonna take it as it is. And as you can see, I mean, Felbat, he's gonna go down right here. And honestly, I'm just really happy. I did not think this guy was this good. I didn't think a POW was going to get to Jormatide anytime soon, so I was so pleasantly surprised to see this. In the beginning of the video, we saw that his defense is number 21 out of all the POWs. So, yeah, even in my casual runs, I might pick this guy up just because of how good he fared against these POWs. And his base moves, obviously, since it's a casual run, you're probably going to use Devil Fruits. But even his base moves are super good, especially Ignis Rage. Now, you could use other dark moves besides Dark Laser, but yeah, I was so surprised by this guy. It was so fun. But now that my mouth is incredibly dry from talking for the last 20 freaking minutes straight, more than I've talked, in the last month combined, yeah, we're gonna wrap this video up. As you can see, we have only run 3 POWs out of 187 on the Island 1 Boss Rush Gauntlet. Felbat is the clear winner. Gale Claw coming in second and Lamball coming in third. So, with that being said, I am super excited to add more to this tier list. It looks super sad right now, but, it is what it is. Thanks for watching. Peace.